Welcome back, MVP Road Car. Today we've got something that's been creating buzz all around the automotive world. The 2026 Honda S2000. Yes, the legendary roadster is finally making its comeback after more than 2 decades. And Honda seems ready to bring back that perfect mix of high-revving excitement, lightweight handling, and pure driving pleasure that made the original so iconic. We're going to dive deep into everything we know so far, from the exterior design to the interior experience, from performance specs to price expectations, and see if this next-generation S2000 really lives up to the hype. From the moment you see the 2026 S2000, it's clear Honda hasn't forgotten its roots. The proportions instantly remind you of the original: a long hood, short rear deck, and a low, planted stance that screams agility. But now it's all been modernized. The front end looks sharper and more aerodynamic, featuring an aggressive bumper design with wide air intakes that not only give it a menacing look, but serve real functional purposes for cooling and airflow. The slim LED headlights stretch outward like focused eyes, giving the car a determined expression. Every line and crease across the body looks intentional, sculpted for performance but still unmistakably Honda. The side profile is pure sports car minimalism. The wheel arches are muscular but clean, housing large, lightweight alloy wheels, likely 19-inch, wrapped in performance rubber. The lines flow effortlessly from the hood toward the rear, giving the car that sleek, dynamic sense of motion, even when it's parked. The stance is wide, the body sits low, and everything about it looks ready to attack a twisty mountain road. The doors are simple, almost frameless in design, with flush handles for aerodynamics. Move toward the back and you'll notice the short tail section, a signature trait of the S2000 lineage. At the rear, Honda's designers have blended retro inspiration with futuristic detail. The taillights are LED with a modern light signature that echoes the original shape but adds more sophistication. There's a subtle integrated spoiler that adds downforce without ruining the car's clean lines. The rear bumper gets a functional diffuser setup and twin exhaust outlets that sit wide apart, hinting that there's serious power under the hood. The exhaust note, if early test mules are anything to go by, is deeper, sportier, and much more refined than the last gen, S2000. It's the kind of tone that makes you want to drive. Just for the sound of it, one of the best things Honda has done is keep the S2000's soft-top roof. Instead of going for a heavy folding hardtop, they've stuck with a lightweight fabric top that keeps the center of gravity low and the spirit of the original alive. It folds neatly into the rear deck, keeping the car's profile smooth and compact. The overall shape looks athletic, agile, and completely focused on performance. Exactly what you'd want from a roadster wearing the S2000 badge. Step inside, and it becomes clear that Honda hasn't just designed this car for looks, it's built for drivers. The cabin layout is tight, purposeful, and driver-centric. Everything feels focused on creating a connection between car and driver. The steering wheel is compact, likely flat-bottomed and beautifully contoured with tactile grips. Behind it sits a fully digital display cluster that's customizable, letting drivers switch between classic analog-style dials and modern performance data views like G-force meters, lap timers, and boost gauges. The center console is minimalist. You won't find a sea of buttons. Instead, the essentials are placed exactly where they should be: the start button, the drive mode selector, and a compact touchscreen for infotainment. Honda has promised that while the car will have modern connectivity features like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, it won't overload you with distracting tech. The philosophy is still about keeping the driver engaged, not entertained by screens. The materials inside feel premium and lightweight at the same time. Expect a mix of Alcantara, leather, brushed aluminum, and carbon fiber accents. The seats are heavily bolstered sports seats that hug you tightly through corners while remaining comfortable enough for daily driving. They're mounted low to the floor, giving you that authentic, connected-to-the-road driving position that made the first S2000 so loved. Everything from the short-throw gear lever to the perfectly placed pedals screams precision engineering. For those opting for the manual transmission, Yes, Honda is reportedly keeping the 6-speed manual alive. It's expected to be one of the slickest shifters in the business, just like the original. Even the way the switches click and the doors shut have that tight mechanical satisfaction that makes you smile every time you touch the car. Performance-wise, this is where things get really exciting. Under the hood, Honda is rumored to be using a turbocharged 2.0-liter, 4-cylinder engine, possibly a tuned version of the Civic Type R's power plant, producing somewhere between 320 and 350 horsepower. That might not sound extreme on paper, but remember, this car will be light, likely under 3,000 pounds, which means that power will translate into serious performance. Reports suggest it could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in just over 4 seconds, making it not just quick, but genuinely thrilling. What's even better is that Honda isn't abandoning its signature high-revving character. Even with the turbo setup, engineers are said to have preserved a high red line, possibly close to 8,000 RPM, which keeps that screaming, responsive feeling that defined the original S2000. The turbo is tuned for linear power delivery rather than sudden bursts, so the engine feels alive and predictable all the way to redline. The transmission options are expected to include that 6-speed manual and an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic for those who prefer quicker shifts or city convenience. Power, of course, goes to the rear wheels only, because an S2000 with anything else just wouldn't feel right. Handling is another area where Honda seems to have gone all in. The new S2000 is built on a lightweight, high-rigidity platform that uses aluminum and carbon fiber components to keep weight down and structural strength up. The suspension setup is fully independent, with adaptive dampers that adjust in real time based on drive mode and road conditions. Steering is said to be electronically assisted but tuned for natural feedback. Sharp, direct, and rewarding. Early prototype drives from Honda insiders suggest the balance is phenomenal. Near 50-50 weight distribution, incredible cornering stability, and an eagerness to rotate through bends. The tires are likely Michelin Pilot Sport 4S or similar high-performance rubber, and braking is handled by large ventilated discs with performance calipers. Everything about this setup screams precision driving and driver confidence. Now let's talk numbers that matter to buyers. The price. As of the latest reports, the 2026 Honda S2000 is expected to start around $55,000 in the U.S. market, with higher trims or performance editions possibly reaching up to $65,000 or even $70,000 depending on options. That positions it right in the mix with cars like the Toyota GR Supra, the Nissan Z, and the Mazda MX-5 RF, but with its own unique appeal, that purist Honda feel and legendary reliability. For what it offers, a lightweight chassis, turbo power, manual gearbox, convertible design, and Honda engineering. That pricing sounds fair, especially in a market where true driver's cars are becoming rare. It's expected to arrive in dealerships sometime in late 2025 or early 2026, depending on production schedules and market rollouts. So what does all this mean for enthusiasts? The 2026 Honda S2000 isn't just another revival of a classic nameplate. It's Honda showing that it still knows how to make a driver's car. This is a machine built to connect you to the road, not isolate you from it. It's designed to make you smile through every shift, every corner, and every acceleration run. It's not chasing luxury or tech overload. It's chasing that pure, mechanical joy that we've been missing in so many modern cars. Imagine taking it out on an open road. The roof down, engine screaming near redline, and that perfect Honda balance under your hands. That's what this car promises. The thrill of driving distilled into something you can actually live with. So, if the rumors and early looks are true, the 2026 S2000 might just be the comeback story we've all been waiting for. A return to simplicity, purity, and excitement. It's Honda reminding the world that performance doesn't need to be overcomplicated. It just needs to be done right. Thanks for watching MVP Road Car. If you're as excited as I am about the return of the Honda S2000, drop a comment below. Would you go for the manual or the dual clutch? And what color would you pick for yours? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this is just the beginning. More car reviews, performance tests, and deep dives are on the way. Until next time, keep your revs high and your roads open. I'll see you on the next one.